All right, Colin, taking a look here. This was from the tournament at Tulane, of course. Here you are on Saturday against the Tsunami. This shot from the back is Sunday against the Rip. Manny Ramirez here in the upper right. Okay, and what you've done here to this point is beautiful, absolutely perfect. Okay, you've really improved on not sitting back here and spinning, and you've really kind of gotten the idea of this back leg. It should just press sideways, into this front side. And if you look at you and Manny here, you can really see both of you working sideways at this point. The feet, the toes are still pointed straight ahead. You're just working sideways, and we're just really trying to work, into this front side, pressing sideways into that front side, and then hit behind that front side. Okay, so again, I love what we've done here. You really allowed the back leg to kind of press that front foot down. That's really what we want. We want to feel like the back leg pulls it up, and then the back leg puts it down, working sideways. So you've really improved in that area, really working sideways and not forcing, the backside to turn over, and you're landing square and you're not flopping open. If you look here in the bottom shot from the back, okay, you can really see it work sideways. Sideways to the ball, toes are still straight ahead. Okay, you're not trying to turn. You don't have to try to turn. You're going to turn plenty. Okay, so I really like where we're at in terms of all the way to here from load, to shift. Okay, we're keeping that shoulder back. That's outstanding. Focus here on the bottom left. You can really see how that back knee kind of presses sideways to put the heel in the ground. And that really is the trick to the whole thing. Look at Manny. And see how that knee presses sideways to put the heel down? Boom. Right there. Real good up here in the upper left too. And you can see it press sideways in the bottom to put it down. Okay, just a sideways press. We're not trying to spin open there. And so what happens is we press sideways here, and then the hips rotate. We're pressing, that backside presses that heel down. Okay. So we're pressing that down, boom. And then because this leg is working against the ground, it opens the hip from the front. Okay. So we're not trying to spin from the back. We're not trying to fly open. We're working against the front side, and the hips open from the front. Okay, so again, that critical thing of letting the back leg, press sideways to put the heel down. The back leg puts it down. It presses sideways to put it down. It's outstanding, and it's critical to what the best hitters do. Okay, you're in an outstanding position there. Your chest is still here. You haven't flown open. Okay, but at this point, instead of bracing up and keeping your head behind the front side, you start to kind of fly open with that front shoulder, and your head kind of dives forward. So if we take a look here, you can see how Manny begins to have more tilt in his shoulder than he does turn. The shoulders are kind of tilting through. They're not turning so much. So his shoulders are kind of more on this plane. His chest is still on the ball, whereas your chest is looking more out forward. Okay, and we get this, Colin, you wind up in this, kind of jackknifed position here instead of, this position here with your head back behind it. You know, we're seeing it on all three of these swings here. You know, we're just in a great position here. And so if you could just, you know, fire those hands, you know, behind that front leg, and instead of you know, letting the head leak out front. If we look at this bottom left, you know, again, we're in a real good position here. Then you really kind of, you know, take your head and hands down to the ball instead of keeping your body behind it. The one from the back, again, we kind of see the head jut forward, and we're you know, we're back into this position here. So we've got to figure out a way, Collin, to keep you behind that front side. You know, and I really think most of it results from the front shoulder turning too much, which is going to bring your hands forward. You know, what I'd like to see you do is get to this good position and just feel the shoulders tilt rather than turn. You know, try to feel this kind of position, feel them tilt, and hit behind that square front side. You know, at this point, really don't let the front side fly open. Try to keep your head back behind the ball. You know, you're going to have a little bit of forward movement of the head during the stride, and that's okay. But once that heel drops, that head should stay back. You know, it shouldn't continue forward. It should stay back. And you can see how much, you know, Manny's head stays behind the front side, whereas Collin, your head's really kind of leaking forward and moving down. You know, and that's the other thing about your head. You don't want to really feel like your head kind of goes down to the ball and looks down. If you look at Manny's head, it basically doesn't turn. You know, his eyes are kind of looking out front. You know, and he just keeps his head behind the ball. That's really what you want to feel. You don't want to feel your head go to the ball. Maybe that's what's going on. You're getting here and you're really trying to get your head over the ball, but you want your head staying back behind the ball. So, main thing for me is at this point, you know, let's tilt the shoulders. Let's tilt them, don't turn them. Okay, and really keep that head back behind the ball. Okay, this one here on the bottom right is from Disney, and you know, you've made. I mean, these swings over here on the left, these have a chance to be, you know, high level swings, Collin. I mean, this is really an outstanding, you know, job you're doing here, working, you know, just working sideways, just a sideways step with that back leg, nothing complicated, you know, and really, we just got three areas we worry about, Collin: the back leg, the back arm, and staying square on the front side. Back leg, back arm, stay square on the front side. And here with your back leg, you know, we just want to, you know, make this sideways step and stay as square as we can on the front side. If you look at what you were doing in Disney, you know, look at that front foot bail open, and even more than that, you know, there's nothing coming off your back foot. You know, there's no sideways pressing action. You're basically just spinning on that back foot there. Everything just kind of spinning on that back foot. Whereas, you know, on these two over here, you know, we're really getting a drive from the back side. You know, just like what Manny's doing. You know, there's a sideways pressing action there. Okay. This is a great position right there. You know, and you've made some real improvements. You know, letting the backside, let the backside put the foot down. Don't try to set the foot down. You know, let the backside pick it up. Let the backside put it down. Feel the backside pull it up. Feel the backside put it down. Okay, we don't want anything to change on that front side. The front side should land the same way that it starts. You know, if you look at Manny's front side, you know, his whole front side from the front half of his head all the way down, you know, it looks the same as it did when he started. You know, starts with the foot square, knee bent and square, hip is square, front shoulder is square, eyes are out front. When he lands, it looks exactly the same. Look how much has changed here in your old one. You know, everything flies open, knee flies open, shoulder starts to come. You know, you're much more square here. Look how much more you're bailing open on this one. Okay, much better. So we just want that back side working sideways, the front side staying square. Really proud of those improvements there. Look how nice and closed your front foot is. That's nice. You know, another thing, Colin, these pre-swing moves are really good as well. You know, you're just taking a nice sideways step. You're working on staying square. I mean, that's really nice there. Look how nice and vertical you're keeping the bat there. I mean, that's really nice. You're keeping and you're slotting, you know, with that bat straight up and down. I mean, that really is outstanding there. And you're really snapping those hands through contact. You know, I really like a lot that pre-swing move. Um, you got good side, you know, just a good sideways step. The elbow slots with a bat vertical. Look at that. Look how similar that is to Manny with that bat up there. Slots in there. And then those hands really snapping through contact. You know, I really like it. If I'm going to be overly critical, you know, try to work on just keeping your head back behind that, front knee a little more, and maybe a little less shoulder turn. But that, I mean, that's a nice, you know, stroke that you're working on as you're getting ready to go in, and that's why the front foot's gotten fixed. You know, look at that. Look at that elbow slide in there. That's nice. Okay, you know, we've really, like we said, we've only got three parts really. You know, the back leg, how the back leg is acting to press us sideways. Okay, and then you know the second part is keeping the front side square. You know, so we got, you know, like you say, one area, two areas, and the last one, you know, we're going to talk about is the back arm. That really is it. Back leg, back arm, and staying square on the front side. Back leg, back arm, and staying square on the front side. If you take a look down here, look at Mike Piazza here, Hall of Fame catcher. Okay, and you can see what his arm does. It's pretty simple. The elbow lifts up, and then the elbow goes to the ball. Okay, but in the meantime, that bat stays in the same position, and his hand is in virtually the same place and position as well. Meaning his hand right now, Colin, is still, the palm of his hand is still facing out there at the pitcher, whereas the palm of your hand at this point is facing straight up. Okay, so what you really want to be able to do is to move that elbow, again watching Piazza, move that elbow up into the ball with that hand, you know, not really changing place or position. So, you know, your hand, your elbow, could probably let it work up a little more. See how his elbow works up first, whereas yours is kind of diving down from the start. Okay, works up into the ball here. Okay, but his hand doesn't change position, whereas your hand goes palm up pretty quick. Okay, so you just need to be able to move that elbow. A lot of times the thought of taking the elbow up into the ball or hitting the ball with the elbow, and not the hands, not using the barrel of the bat or the hands, but letting that elbow work first and kind of leaving the hands where they're at, can help you. Okay, here we are from the side view. Okay, if you watch Manny, he says the elbow works up and yours is already diving down. We need to add a little up and then to the ball.